Fighter.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight?
Round one. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Tries to bait him with the projectile. Plenty of time left. How's the match going to play out? Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. All right, what's coming up next? At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Life lead opens up. Gets some. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Shoots off a fireball up close. The jump-in is denied. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner. Side switch in the corner. Burnout activates. Going in there. That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Big gap between the two fighters, so they throw out a fireball. Their drive gauge was running low, but they use an overdrive art anyway just to show they're not gun-shooting. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. Knockdown. Player 2 chases them down. Decides to nuke them in the air. Knockdown and Player 1 KO! Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Jump? Who's going to start things off? Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Medium kick hits. Big throws. Going in, brushes that off and keeps going. Breaks those shins. Oh, what's this? Digs in deep to get that drive in. Knockdown and this may be it. Goes for KO. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Open hits him with a stopping box. Jones with the fireball. Player 1 needs to switch it up if they want to take it home. Plenty of health, full gauges, let's go. Player 1 is on the brink of drops them from the air. Low heavy. Scuffle. Burn out, but they may have a plan here. Reads the jump in perfectly. Dangerous range here. Backed into the corner. This is gonna hurt. Keeps them out. Chucks the fireball to continue their hold over their zone. A real test of nerves here. A jump? This could be, are you kidding me? Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Kuma's going in. Jumps. Sticks the combo. Player 1 has the life advantage. This is a good range to test the opponent's reaction to fireballs. Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. Taking stock. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. Takes him all the way to the corner with that. Timely side switch there, which will let him go on the attack. Neither of them willing to back off. Throw to tie the bow. They were stuck in the corner. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us. Very slick with the combos. Goes for the jump in. Gets the jump in. Gets scooped from down low. Sure you can? Both fighters panic. This is gonna hurt. Player 1, burnout activates. Super art. The super doesn't hit. Hits up the counter. This is going to be huge. Both absolutely refuse. Fires off the Hadouken! A projectile to say, get off! Both sides getting ready. Can they use their resources wisely to pick up the win here? Who will come up top? Kisses the fireball! Ooh, I dare you to find me a better match than that. Get up and tell them what's good. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Jumps up. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? Stands firm and blocks the drive impact. Knockdown. Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Player 1 in that dangerous burnout state. Denies the jumping attack with a jumping attack of their own. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Player 2 chases them down. Gets the jump in. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy burnout. It's in there! Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Demon Raid? Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Flushes that off and keeps going. They choose to spend the meter to up the damage by a bit. Smart play to stop the opponent. Experiencing burnout. A quick breather. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Player 1 is dominating this match. That was a well-placed projectile. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Immediate jumping. Just goes for it at this range. The super doesn't hit. They return to center stage. Barely blocks the jump in. The low block. Player 2 goes to the air. Player 2 has got to work some back drops hard. Player 2 needs to take advantage of this gauge disparity. What are they gonna do? A projectile to say, get off! Were they looking to connect with an overdrive art from this situation? There's a burnout! Gets it the perfect fireball range. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? The jump in is denied. All the throw connects. What now? Player 1 can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. They're just gonna go for they are done. Player 2 clinches the win. But that could have been anyone's game. No way we could have called that. They can't get enough of each other. We got ourselves another rematch. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Throws a projectile to zone the opponent. Parries the projectile. Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone speed things up soon. Player 1 in that dangerous burnout state. All right. Player 1 has used up all of their drive gauge, pressuring them in the corner. Which of these fighters are going to get the SA gauge advantage here? Strings it all together. Big counter. Very solid corner switch. Player 2 in trouble with no drive. Medium kick hits. Scrapping it, goes for the massage. KO. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Let's off the projectile to waste time. Player 1 did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? Fireball into the corner. They're trying to force the opponent into making a burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. Player 1 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Goes for the jump in. Smart play with the throw. They're going for the super art. That's a counter. And they create an opportunity for themselves to hit the drive. Somehow manages to block the all-in with the rush. Player 2 can't use any drive through. Flatline zone. Ooh, I dare you to find me a better match than that. Get up and tell him what's good. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Fireball into the corner. They're trying to force the opponent into making a mistake. Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. There's a corner sweep. Big counter. Oh, with the throw. Gotcha. Neither of them willing to back off here. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Next hit will end the round. Zones with the fire. Snipes them out the air. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Had the radar up and running. Holds out with the block. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? Still scrappy. Yo, put that away. Both fighters planning something? Throws a fireball. Burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. Player 1 has an empty drive. Oh, burnout triggered. What'll they do with all that juice? Here drops them hard. A lot of pressure building up here. Fires off the missile. Will sets up with the jump in. For nothing. Shifts them for the win. Yeah. Final round. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. This is it. Who can knock them out of the air? But it crowns them from above. This is an all-in with the rush. Flip drive rush. Turns out. Player 1 is looking at a solid anti-air. Close range projectile. This is gonna hurt. They are not getting close to each other. Player 2 can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. Flatline zone. Player 2 faced a giant and walks away unscathed. What a win! They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Checks them with a projectile. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Opts for the throw. What's the play here? Goes for the low kick. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Taking stock. Nails the anti-air. Quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Holds out with the block. Life lead is opening up, but that can still be overcome with smart drive use. Life lead opens up. KO! Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Blocks it. Checks them with the projectile. Player 1 kept their drive gauge topped off through that round and still took the win. Guess they didn't need it. This game's close. Still slugging it out at this range. Gets the jump in. Creates an opening with the low heavy. Super art on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. Zones with the fireball. Hit knocked him out of the air. Looking for a chance. Drives it back, misses. Both fighters planning all in with flatline zone. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Opens with a jump in. Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? Player 2 didn't rely too much on drive in that last round, but they may be looking to mix things up here. Long-range fireball, there's a burnout! Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout, sets up with the jump in. Player 1 with a slight lead, will meet them air to air. Net breaks it! Any throw will whiff at that range. Player 2 can't let anti-air in the clutch. Good decision with that throw. Okay, here, all in with a rush. Are they going to be able to come back and snatch victory from the jaws of defeat? And whiffs, they're wide open. Excellent block. A real this, they are done. Player 2 made all the right moves. And this experience is only gonna make them stronger. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. The drive impact is denied. Hits them with a stop and pop. Punish counter. This could lead to something big. Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weak. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Blocks the jump in, throws them to negate the block. Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. They're barely hanging in there. Can they hold out any longer? Takes them all the way to the corner with that. Will this super art connect? The super doesn't hit. But they were right to be on guard there. Threads it cleanly. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight!
Are we going to see some fireworks? Brushes that off and keeps going. From up above. They can't squander this punish counter chance. Decides to spend the meter to open up some more chances. Picks up the counter. Oh, what's this? There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. The Dragon Lash Clan giving them a side switch on top of the damage. Player bends a little game with a Misatsuko Hado. The super doesn't hit. Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with the meter advantage. Life lead is drops them from the air. Amazing! Player 2 is in a big flatline zone. Player 2 faced the giant and walks away unscathed. What a win! How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow up here? Jumps? Starts off zoning with fireballs. We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. Still slugging it out here. Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Decides to meet them in the air. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Throws them to start the corner pressure. Well-timed corner switch. Finishes with the throw. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Got their eye on the air. Will gain control of the match in the early going. Hits them with a stop and pop. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The nuke's down to the wire. Good heads-up decision opting for the drive impact. Doesn't experiencing burnout. Quick breather. Player 1 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. They back the opponent into the corner. Now to apply the pressure. That combo finishes it! Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Opens with a jump in? It's time for both. Oh, what's this? This is gonna be bad news. That drive rush to keep it going. Hits up the counter. This is going to be huge. How did they read that throw? Punch, clutch, anti-air. Pumps the brakes on the impact. Hurls them from above. Drive gauge is almost out. Use them well. Player 2 is in a very good spot now. This is a complete shutdown. All in with the rush. Oh, burnout. Did they mean to do that? Cashes out the cage right there. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Player 2 can't use any drop. No heavy. What will be the follow-up here? Awesome! Player one is gonna be watching replays of this one for a while. They really took it down to the wire. What? Another rematch? Aren't your eyes getting tired? Checking with the fireball. How will they react? Jumps? Hits them with a stopping block. Still very early in the round. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. Drive rush to try and keep up the attack. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Sees it coming and blocks it out. Holds out with the block. The jump-in is denied. Just out of range for that throw. Grabs him. Taking stock. Good job blocking the jump-in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Projectile to try and change the situation. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. We're near the end of the round. Can either fighter pull a rabbit out of their hat here? Parries to cancel the fireball. The fight continues in the middle of the stage. They are not afraid to let the overdrive art fly, even when their drive gauge isn't topped off. Life lead opens up. KO. Player two picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Goes with a projectile for their opening shot. Sticks the jump in. Big throws. Jump. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Jumps in. There's a wall spot. They can't do anything now. Knockdown and burnout activates. Player one will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Life lead is there, but still links it. KO. Player two faced the giant and walks away unscathed. What a win! Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Jumps up. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Lots of aggression from both sides. No good up high. Player two will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. Checks with the projectile. A big drive gauge disparity has opened up, and it wouldn't surprise me if they try to open that gap further. Player two needs to deal with this burnout. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. All that effort for so little payoff. Taking stock. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Medium kick. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Somehow pushes back KO. Player two takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Immediate jump in. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. Who will gain control of the match in the early going? Scrapping it out up close. Oh, says no to the impact. Jumps. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Takes the opponent out of the air. They were right to be on guard there. Both fighters have a full super meter. Burnout activates. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Breaks the block with a throw. Looks like they want to put a new spin on things with that fireball. Critical. What's gonna happen? The path to a win looks very tough here, and I don't know if they can hold out. They're going for the super art? Oh, no question whether this super art is going to kill her. There it is! They knew it'd be enough. Who could have guessed how that match would have turned out? Not me. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Checks him with the projectile. Parries to cancel the fireball. We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. Blocks the jump in. Definitely saw that counter coming. Player one has used up all of their drive gauge. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weaker. Gets a chance with that jump in. Lots of aggression from both sides. Throws them to negate the block. All right, what's coming up next? Drive Gauge finally recovers. Both fighters are trying to decide their next move. Holds out with the block. Player 2 chases them down. This is a critical point of the round where they just need to go for it. Attempts to break the stalemate with the fireball. Takes in the throw. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Jump. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Brushes that off and keeps going. What's their game plan here at this critical? There's a wall splat. They can't do anything now. Uses their drive to level 3 super. Spending that meter like it's nobody's business. Wow, that's goes for the missile. Goes for the jump, blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. Genius read. KO. Well, listen, when you're locked in, you're locked in. That was a decisive win. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Will we see our fighters feel each other out or just let it fly in this opening round? Fireball from very long range. What's next here? Jump in finds the mark. Player 1 is just about out of drive ammo. The combo's there. Perfect. Takes the round without getting touched. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Impact's a no-go. That's some big hold your breath. They can't squander this punish counter chance. Gets the smart play to stop the opponent there. Scrapping it out up close. Going in? Burnout activates. That's a counter. Dashes up. KO. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Immediate jump in. The opening on that impact. Excellent block. Reads the jump in perfectly. Player 1 has got to work some magic. Leads them air to air. Both are ready to pull the trigger on their super art. Drops them from the air. Denied. Keeps cool and locks them out. Player 1 is in burnout state. A very precarious situation. This is where we can expect some major pressure. Up to spend the meter on the super. Betting it all on the drive rush. Are we gonna see a comeback here? This is so tense. Dangerous range here. What a finish! Player 2 made all the right moves, and this experience is only gonna make them stronger. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Solid anti-air. Jumps up. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Blocks the jump in. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Very nice anti-air there. They read their opponent like a book. Player 2 has the life lead. Gets the jump in. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Sticks the jump in. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. KO. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Projectile to try and change the situation. Just goes for it to stop the opponent's flow. Jumps. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they... There's a wall splat. They can't do anything now. Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. Fights out of the court, betting it all on the drive rush. Can they create an opportunity for the burnout? But they may have a plan here. A jump denies the jump in attempt. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Presses for a reaction with a fireball. Manages to super art. That's not gonna hit. That's a counter. Here comes a big combo. Player 2 has the super gauge advantage. This can lead to some big damage. Oh, nice! Holy!
Hits that with confidence. Carries them all the way to the corner and
Clutch anti-air. Solid anti-air. Anti-air in the clutch. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Ooh, what a smart throw.
ugh, take a seat.
Oh, see? What a read with that anti-air. Player 2 made all the right moves. And this experience is only gonna make them stronger.
Round 1.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Jumps up, big throws. Checks with a medium kick. Great work finding the opening. Bops him with a target combo. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Stands firm and blocks the drive impact. Takes him. Oh! Can they convert this punish counter opportunity into something? Life lead opens up. KO! Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Jumps in. Caught in the crosser. Brushes off the impact. Holds out with the block. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Anti-air drops. Springs forward with the drive rush. Player 1 can't use any smart play to stop the opponent there. Risky, excellent block. Meets them air to air. Oh, what's this? Good heads-up decision opting for the drive impact.
It's a good spot
To use the super.
Spends it all on the super. Not shy one bit about it. Good presence of mind.
No!
Critical art now.
What a finish! Player 2 faced a giant and walks away unscathed. What a win!
Round 1.
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Zones with the fireball. Good anti-air. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. What are they thinking here? Lots of aggression from both sides. Player 1 has used up all of their drive gauge. They're jostling for the dominant position in the corner. Oh, easy tag. Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. In a dire situation, they can't afford, and the throw ends the round. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Holds out with the block. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Checks him with a projectile. Both fighters want to establish themselves early on. Sticks the jump in. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireballs. Breaks the block with a throw. Blocks it. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner unit. That combo drops hard. What'll happen here? Reads the jump in perfectly. The drive impact doesn't work. Solid anti-air. Long critical. What's gonna happen? This is gonna kill. No doubt about it.
Sit down and shut up!
No way. That win wasn't luck. That was 100% planned. Player 1 is a force to be reckoned with. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Gets the jump in. Sticks the combo. Was looking for that jump attack. That drive impact doesn't get through. The low is denied. Player 1 can't let their drive gauge run. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Knockdown. Player 1 chases them down. Throws them to start the corner pressure. With the life gap opening up, they need to lean hard on their drive usage. Life lead opens up. Hold your breath. There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Player 2 holding on to that corner advantage. Barely blocks the jump in there. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Jumps. Throws them to negate the block. That drive impact is blocked. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll
Hits him with a stopping bomb.
lots of life to play with, and full SA meters. What will they do? Uses the target combo as a filler. Both fighters planning something? You've gotta be mindful of this. Ooh, what's this? What's gonna happen? Digs in deep to get that drive in. Knockdown, and are we experiencing burnout? Goes for the fireball, which is very strong at this range. Long critical. What's gonna happen? This is gonna kill. No doubt about it.
Sit down and shut up!
That was the highest if I've ever seen. That was catch as catch can, as you're gonna get in a fight.
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Jumps in. Rushes that off and keeps going. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Player one has used up all of their drive damage. Takes the chance to hurt him. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Throws them to start the corner pressure. Life lead opens up. Very solid corner switch. Sneaks in the throw. Player two picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Got their eye on the air. Oh! Brushes that off and keeps going. That drive rush to keep it going. Still slugging it out at this range. Creates an opening with a low heavy. Do they have enough drive gauge? Goes for burnout activates. Player one will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Max SA gauges, unbelievably in sync with a chance to score.
All in with the rush.
Are we
Anti-air in the clutch.
Hey, would a super art do anything?
Nothing!
Brings the raid with the Tenmakosan. Flatlines him. Player two faced the giant and walks away unscathed. What a win!
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. They were expecting that drive impact. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Had the radar up and running. Checks with the projectile. Responds to the jump with one of their own to drop him. Player one has been really leaning on that drive gauge. Tries to throw but doesn't connect. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Player two pushes the opponent into the corner. Both of them have entered burnout state, which will drastically change their approach to the fight. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. The fighters are matching each other move for move going into the midway point of the match. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover or are they in drive KO? Player two takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Jumps in. Who's going to start things off? Down to the wire. There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. Jumps. Shoryuken. Player two has the life lead. Can they use it? Blocks. Burnout activates. Both fighters planning something? Player one has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Big opportunity now in this corner. Barely blocks the jump in. Jump KO. That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your chances. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow up here? Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Their drive gauge was running low, but they use an overdrive art anyway just to show they're not gunshot. Player one needs to deal with this burnout. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be, will this super art connect? Throws a fireball here, maybe as a simple zoning strat. Life lead is opening up, but that can still be overcome with smart drive use. Well-timed corner switch. Heading into the end game now, it's getting to saw them sweating against the wall and gets in the throw. Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Smart play to stop the opponent there. Player one did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? Throws them to negate the block. They exchange blows, brushes that off and keeps going. Player two can't use any drive moves without burning out. There's a wall splat. They can't do anything now. Player one experiencing burnout. Burnout activates. Connects with the throw. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Player two needs to use the threat of the corner here. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. Not looking good. The corner's a bad place to be. Player two with the rhythm, owning that space. The jumping is rejected. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants. Tries to make something happen with an overdrive on it. That feeling out phase is over. Drive, in fact, misses. Max SA gauges, unbelievably in sync with a chance to score. Bit crowns him from above. This is gonna hurt. Okay, here we go. Ooh, what a smart throw. Oh man, this is oh my, the throw tech. Anti-air in the clutch. Denied. Keeps cool and locks them out. Excellent blow. Critical art out. This is going to hit for a critical art. You gotta imagine that this is not only gonna wreck their lifeblood, but also their nerves.
Ugh, take a seat.
Gets into perfect fireball range. Will they gamble some?
Hits the drive.
Lots of distance here. Who's baiting who? Good parry. Both of them back off. They may be preparing for the final exchange.
Keeps them out. No one could have called that.
Player one clinches the win. But that could have been anyone's game. No way we could have called that. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Attempts to break the stalemate with the fireball. Looks to add more pressure by parrying the projectile. Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone speed things up soon. Okay, both fighters have taken a long step back. They're both looking to reassess the fight. Decides to go in with the target combo. What are they thinking here? Player one is just about out of drive after that. Blocks the jump in. I can't keep track of these corner switches. Sticks the combo. The jump in catches them. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Knockdown. Player one is gonna have to wait for that drive gauge. Can they stick it out? Oh god, this is tense. The throw misses. Finishes it with the anti-air. Player two picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Goes for the jump in to start. Who's going to start things off? Big low reaching heavy. Jones with the fireball. Ooh, hits him with a stopping bomb. Goes with the safe stuff with that target combo. A quick breather. Jumps. Smart play with the throw. They are really going at each other this round. The reads they make now will be key. Player two, a back throw for damage and vital positioning. Knew the throw was coming. Anti-air in the clutch. Pokes with a kick. One chance here may end this match. Oh, Benson on the fireball. Player two faced the giant and walks away unscathed.